Hello again and welcome again. Welcome back. Welcome to a new class. Welcome to class number 163. We're progressing. We're moving forward. We're slowly but surely getting closer and closer to the end. We're slowly but surely getting closer and closer to the end. Someday, this course will be over. And when this course is over, what are you going to do? Are you going to stop studying? Or are you going to continue? I hope you continue, because if you don't, you're making a big mistake. You're making, contracción de you are, you're making a big mistake. You have to continue. You have to read a lot. You have to surf the web a lot. You have to do everything around the English language. Listen a lot. Watch movies in English, maybe. Maybe. It depends. Watch documentaries in English. Come on, you have to stay in contact with the language. You have to stay in contact. Okay, class number 163, but as usual, como costumbre, as usual, we start with a short review of class number 162, which, to tell you the truth, is a class I don't really like. Well, it has one thing I consider very, very important, but it's very easy. But let's look at it again on camera number 1, please. Okay. Now, el you impersonal, el tú impersonal. Bueno, ya sabes. You know. Nunca se sabe. You never know. En inglés decimos nunca sabes. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. You never know. All right? You. Also, if you ask directions, ¿cómo se va al Museo del Prado? Well, first, you need to go down there, then turn left, turn right, and then you can't miss it. You, the impersonal you. If you want to learn English, si uno quiere aprender inglés bien, uno ha de estudiar mucho. If you want to learn English well, you have to study a lot. In this particular case, I'm not specifically saying that you in particular need to study a lot. I'm saying that if a person wants to learn English, that person must study a lot. If I want to say it in a sophisticated way, I can say, if one wants to learn English, one must study. Okay, that's very formal. Si uno quiere aprender inglés, uno ha de estudiar. Fine. If one wants to learn, one must study. But in everyday English, we don't say that. Nobody. All right, we say, if you want to learn English, you have to study. There's no way around it. There are no shortcuts. If you want to learn English, you have to study. Yep. And you remember the song I sang yesterday. If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, find an ugly girl to be your wife. It's a very famous song from the early 1960s. If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, learn English. All right. You know what I mean? Okay, you never know. Another aspect we saw yesterday was to take the plunge, to take a plunge. It's interesting, in French you have plonger, que es saltar, zambullida, to plunge. All right? To take the plunge is to take the risk, to take risks. Yes, Vago en Inglés 4.0 is a risky proposition. It's a risky initiative. It's very expensive to make a television program. Every program requires, I don't know how many watts, vatios de luz, how many watts of light you have to spend. You need to probably spend one salary just for makeup. Then you need a floor technician, a sound technician, a light technician. You need all kinds of technicians, a producer, a director, my God, a mixer. It's very, very expensive to make a TV show. So to make this Vago en Inglés 4.0, which is 3 hours every day, for 9 months, you can imagine how expensive it is. And you have to rent a television studio. My God, television studios are not cheap. And you have to. Hay que. En español se podría decir, primero, para hacer un programa de televisión, hay que. hay que tener un técnico de sonido, hay que, una forma curiosa española muy buenísima, impersonal, de decir que uno debe tener esto, uno debe tener aquello, all right? Pero en inglés, you, el impersonal you. You have to have 7 or 8 technical personnel. You have to have a person like me. They pay me, okay? And Alberto, and Richard Brown, and Waddell, David, and the others, Carly, and Layla, etc. We have to pay these people. It's not free, and it's not cheap. And we need the materials. We need to print out and produce these materials. We need to buy the pencils and have everything ready. Yes, and we need to rent the television, the physical premises, the studio. Okay, and then we need to do pre-production and post-production. That's a lot. It costs a fortune to make a television show. And if you're going to make 3 hours a day for 9 months, 585 hours of class, you have to pay 8 technicians and the equivalent of 1 or 2 teachers for every hour. And you have to do the post-production, which probably is another 585 hours before the audience can watch it on TV. So it's really expensive. So when we made the decision last year to do this television show, this course, it was a big decision. We were taking a big risk, but we decided to take the plunge. To take the plunge is to close your eyes, hold your nose, and jump. To take the plunge. Geronimo. And we decided to do it. That's life. In the capitalist system, you take risks. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. And if you win more often, you produce wealth for yourself and for others. People you hire, the taxes you pay to the administration, and the suppliers you need, etc., and the benefit you give to customers. So everyone is happy when the risk that the person takes is a good risk. A lot of problems when it's not, but you have to take the plunge. Nada arriesgado, nada ganado. Nothing risked, nothing gained. That's sad. All right. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hi there, my name's Carly Carson. Nice to see you again. Before we start our class, we're going to do a review of the previous class. I want to introduce my student. I'm here with David. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Excellent. I'm fine, thank you. All right, I was telling David, I'm calling him David, not David.
Okay, good.
Because in Canada, we would say David. So today, we're going to do a review of the previous class. We're going to focus on using the general voice. For example, you shouldn't smoke. In general, not you specific. You shouldn't smoke. But we have another option. What do you think it is, David?
One shouldn't smoke.
Good, yeah, one shouldn't smoke. Now, one is quite formal, I think, and it's quite old-fashioned. However, it's still used, so we're going to practice it. So, you shouldn't speak with your mouth full.
One shouldn't speak with his mouth full.
With one's mouth full.
Okay. One shouldn't speak with one's mouth full.
Perfect, good. Now, a lot of people make that mistake in English. We say one shouldn't speak with her mouth full, but it's not her, it's one. Very good. So both of the options are not specific. I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking in general. You shouldn't speak like that.
One shouldn't speak like that.
Excellent, good. How do you get to La Plaza Mayor?
How does one get to La Plaza Mayor?
Perfect, good. To the main square, if you prefer.
Yes.
Good. How can you learn a language?
How can one learn a language?
Perfect, good. Yeah, how can one learn a language? How can you learn a language? But not you, in general, right? We're speaking in general. Good. How do you drive a bus?
How can one drive a bus?
Perfect, good. How can one drive a bus? Good. You can make pasta easily.
Sorry, could you repeat?
You can make pasta easily.
One can make pasta easily.
Good, right? Everyone, right? Everyone is capable of this. Good. How do you get from here to there?
How one gets
Question?
How can one?
How does one?
How does one get from here to there?
Perfect, good. Now just remember when you're using the one, we're speaking in the third person. So if I say, how do I get from here to there? You say, how does one? How does one get from here to there? Good. How do you ride a bicycle?
How does one ride a bicycle?
Good, yeah. Where are your manners?
Where are one's manners?
Perfect, good. Where are one's manners, right? Your manners, how would you describe this in Spanish?
Buen comportamiento,
Yeah, exactly.
buena manera de...
Good. So your good behavior, mothers tell their children, where are your manners? You're not being polite, right? So your manners, as a countable noun, are the things that you do to be polite. Okay, now let's reverse.
Okay.
I'm going to say one, and David's going to say you. Again, I think you is more common, all right? So one should be very careful not to fall.
You should be very careful not to fall.
Good. Are you speaking to me?
Yes, I'm speaking
Or
to you.
in general?
No, I'm speaking in general.
Good, good, good. Now, he is speaking to me, but he's referring that everyone needs to be careful, okay? Very good. One should make sure to use one's manners.
You should be sure to use your manners.
Good. You could say you should be sure, or you should make sure to use your manners, right? Your good behavior. Good. Is it difficult for one to make sushi?
Is it difficult for you to make sushi?
Good, yeah, good. One must always remember to call one's parents.
You must always remember to call your parents.
Good. And we should?
You should always remember to call your parents.
Good. I said must, but maybe we should make a suggestion only.
Yes.
Good. One should make sure not to treat people badly.
You should make sure not to treat people badly.
Good. Again, you're giving life lessons, life rules to everyone. So you say one shouldn't smoke. You shouldn't smoke. One shouldn't drink too much alcohol. You shouldn't drink too much alcohol, but not you. Everyone in general. Very good. We'll do two more examples and move on. One shouldn't wear clothes like that.
You shouldn't wear clothes like that.
Good, yeah. One should follow the speed limits.
You should follow the speed limits.
Excellent, good. Okay, now we're going to go to an expression that we have in English. In Spanish, we say tirarse a la piscina. And in English, what do you think it is?
To take the plunge.
Good. To take the plunge. Plunge is literally to throw yourself in the pool as well. So it's the same meaning, but different vocabulary. To take the plunge. Good. So David, some questions. Are you going to take the plunge and accept the job?
Yes, I'm going to take the plunge and accept the job.
Accept.
Accept.
Perfect. Good. Repeat that.
Yes, I'm going to take the plunge and accept the job.
Excellent. Good. So I'm going to take the plunge, and accept the job. Good. Did you take the plunge last year and get married?
No, I didn't take the plunge last year and get married.
Good. He's like, no, I'm still single. Good. So I didn't take the plunge, right? I didn't tirarse a la piscina is the translation. Will you take the plunge and go skydiving with me, David?
Yes, I'll take the plunge and go skydiving with you.
Perfect. Good. So that's a big plunge, right? We're excited to do it. Do you think I should take the plunge and ask him out?
Yes, I think you should take the plunge and ask him out.
You don't even know him.
Okay, but why not?
Why not, right? Live life. Good. So to take the plunge, right? To take chances, to take risks. Good. Will you ever take the plunge and shave your head?
No, I will never take a plunge and shave my hair.
Shave your head.
Shave my head.
Good. You do shave your hair, but it's actually the body part that you shave. Good. So to take the plunge means to take chances. So are you going to take the plunge and master English this year? All right. You should, and keep practicing. Bye-bye.
All right. If I had known, si yo hubiera sabido, if I had known you were going to be here, I wouldn't have come. If I had known that it was going to rain today, I wouldn't have come to the studio today. If I had known, si hubiera sabido, if I had had $1 million 10 years ago, I would have retired. If I had had $1 million when I was 20, I would have invested it in the New York Stock Exchange. If I had seen a flying saucer last night, I would have been surprised. If I had played poker until 3 o'clock in the morning last night, I wouldn't have come here today. If I had woken up this morning with a 40-degree fever, I would have called Maria to cancel the class today. If I had been ill yesterday, I would have considered not coming today. If I had had, si hubiera tenido, if I had had a girlfriend, a serious relationship in Texas in the 1970s, I wouldn't have come to Spain. If my father had been ill, seriously ill, if my father had been seriously ill in 1974, I wouldn't have come to Spain. If I had had an excellent job in the States in 1974, I wouldn't have come to Spain. All right. This is a past conditional, condicional del pasado, tercer condicional, como dicen algunos. It's structurally easy, but it's grammatically difficult to say because you need to remember the little things. The structure is very easy. It never changes. You simply need discipline and practice to repeat it. Let's go to camera 1 and look at an alternative that we say a lot for the past conditional. Let's go. Camera 1. All right. Si yo hubiera sabido que ibas a venir, yo no habría venido. Ok. Este es el pasado condicional. Si yo hubiera sabido. Hay una alternativa en castellano también. Yo, de haber sabido que ibas a estar, en vez de decir si hubiera sabido, podría decir también, de haber sabido que ibas a venir, yo no habría venido. So, in Spanish, you have two alternatives. Si hubiera sabido y de haber sabido. Well, in English, we have two alternatives too. If I had known, eso es literal, si yo hubiera sabido. If I had known you were going to be here, I wouldn't have come. Now, the English alternative, de haber sabido. Had I known, sin el if, salto me como el if. Had I known, had I, y no es una pregunta. No estoy preguntando nada aquí, pero estoy poniendo auxiliar primero. Had I known that you were going to be here, I wouldn't have come. Had I known. Had I seen a flying saucer last night, I would have been surprised. Had my father been ill before I came here in 1974, I wouldn't have come. All right? Had it happened, if it had happened yesterday, I wouldn't have come today. Had it happened yesterday, I wouldn't have come today. Had I known that this program, Bago en Inglés 4.0, was going to be so long, I wouldn't have agreed to do it. Had I known. I thought it was going to be easier. Had I known it was going to be so difficult, I would have had second thoughts. Hubiera tenido segundos pensamientos, se dice en inglés. Lo habría pensado mejor. I would have had second thoughts had I known that this long course was going to be so long, okay? Had I known that you were going to come, I wouldn't have come myself. Had I known that I was going to have so many pencils here, I would have planned a few of my classes differently, okay? Had I known that it was going to rain cats and dogs today, I would have brought my umbrella, but I didn't. I've gotten wet twice this morning already, today already, because of the rain. It's raining cats and dogs. It's been raining cats and dogs all morning and all afternoon. Had I known, de haber sabido que el día iba a ser tan lluvioso, had I known that the day was going to be so rainy, I would have come prepared with one or two umbrellas, my God, and a raincoat, had I known. Okay? Had I known, yeah. And had Maria known that I was going to come in a bad mood today, she wouldn't have come. Yeah, I'm in a bad mood today, and we've already had 2 fights. Between every break, we have a fight. We have a strong argument. A few minutes ago, I hit the table. I was so angry. Now, had I known that she was going to be in such a difficult mood today, I wouldn't have come today. And had she known that I was going to come in a bad mood too, probably she wouldn't have come either. Had we known that we were both in bad moods, probably we wouldn't have spoken to each other. Simply hand signals for starting and finishing. All right? Yeah. And you know, yesterday in the class, Maria added some whiskey to my water. Yeah. And had I known that she had put whiskey in it, I wouldn't have drunk it. You remember yesterday, I took a sip, and my eyes got this big. All right, it was because she put whiskey. She likes to play tricks on me. Yeah, gastarme with bromas. She likes to play tricks on me. Had I known that she was going to play a trick on me, I wouldn't have drunk the water. But I did. Okay. De haber sabido que iba a poner whisky en mi bebida, had I known, de haber sabido, had I known that she was going, etc. Standard form. If I had known. Recomiendo esta forma estándar porque es la forma más usual, aunque se dice mucho la otra forma también. If I had known, had I known, had I known, pero se dice mucho, had I known that she was going to put whiskey in my water, I wouldn't have taken a sip yesterday in front of the camera. And they were waiting to start laughing. They were waiting to see the reaction on my face. All right. And had I known that they were playing a joke on me, I wouldn't have taken a sip. I wouldn't have taken a sip had I known. But I didn't know. But if I had known, had I known, I wouldn't have taken a sip. All right. Our sponsors have something to say, so I'll be back in a few minutes. If I had had a problem this morning with my car, if my car hadn't started this morning, I would have come here by taxi. If my car hadn't started this morning, I would have caught a cab to come here. Yeah. If the taxis had been on strike, I would have used the bus to come here. And if the buses had been on strike too, I wouldn't have come. I would have called here. Okay? The past conditional. People say, students and teachers say it's very difficult. It's not. It's simply very mechanical. Long mechanics, but very easy mechanics to memorize and to learn. So don't complain about the past conditional. It's easy. Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Hello again, it's Richard. I'm back again for more fun and games. More fun and games with a certain type of conditional which you may not be aware of. And it's the following. Had I known, I would have told you. Okay? We'll look at it in a minute. But first of all, I'd like to introduce you to David Pinilla. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good stuff. I'm full of beans, full of energy.
Okay, great.
And raring to go. Raring to go significa?
Raring to go.
Raring. R-A. Raring, huh?
Like,
Con muchas ganas
okay.
de empezar.
Okay.
Okay? We're going to look at a different way of expressing the third conditional.
Okay.
Okay, the third conditional, as you know, is a conditional we use when we're hypothesizing or creating, if you like, an alternative past.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the real past was different, but we imagine what would have happened if the past had been different.
Okay.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Normally we say, if I had known,
Uh-huh.
I would have done something.
Okay.
Now, there's another way of doing this by eliminating the word if
Uh-huh.
and simply inverting I had. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Had I known, I would have called you. Had I been there, I would have realized. Okay?
Okay.
So simplemente had, que nunca cambia, luego el sujeto, had I known, y el participio, y luego en la otra oración sigue igual que un condicional tercero
Okay.
normal.
Good.
Okay?
Yes, okay.
Let's have a go. I'm going to give you some examples, and you at home too, expressing the third conditional in the normal way, and I want you to do the same, say exactly the same thing, but with had I.
Okay,
Okay?
good.
For example, if I'd known, I would have called you.
Do you want me to say the same? Or
I want you to express the same, but using
Okay.
had I.
had I known, I would have called you.
Exactly. Had I known, I would have called you. Did you get it at home? All right, good. Had I known. La inversión de I had I, ¿ok? Had I known, I would have called you. Es un poco como en español, al haberlo sabido.
Ah, de haberlo sabido.
De haberlo sabido.
Ok.
mejor. Gracias, así aprendo yo también. De haberlo sabido, te habría llamado, ¿ok? Had I known, I would have called you. Bien, let's try another one. If he'd known, yeah, he would have brought something else.
Had he known, he would have brought something else.
Good. Had he known, he would have brought something else. Okay? If she'd remembered, there wouldn't have been a problem. ¿Con qué empezamos en casa? Eso es, con had I. ¿Ok? David?
Had she remembered,
O had she, en este caso, claro.
yes, had she remembered, there wouldn't have been a problem.
Muy bien. There wouldn't have been a problem. Don't forget when we're saying would have or wouldn't have, when we're contracting or speaking fast, we pronounce the have, the contraction of have, as of. Casi
Okay.
como la preposición of, would have or
Okay.
wouldn't have.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Bien. If we'd warned them, they wouldn't have had the accident. ¿Qué significa warn? ¿En casa? ¿Lo sabéis? ¿Sí? Venga. Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard that.
Good. Were they right?
Yes, they were right.
Good stuff. Entonces,
Avisar.
avisar. Muy bien. Entonces, I'll repeat it for you. If we'd warned them, they wouldn't have had the accident.
Had we warned them,
Uh-huh.
they wouldn't have had the accident.
Good. Had we warned them, they wouldn't have had the accident. Muy bien, David. If it had been important, I would have been there.
Had it been important, I would have been there.
Good. Had I been there, vamos a hacerlo otra vez. Had I been there, everybody would have been happy.
Okay. If I had been there,
Ajá.
everybody would have been happy.
Vale, ahora más rápido. If I'd been there con la contracción, mejor. If I'd
Yes.
been there, everybody would have been happy.
If I'd been there, everybody would have been happy.
Excellent, good. One important thing with had I, this new structure we're looking at, is the importance of not pronouncing the had as if it began with a jota. Okay, it's not had I. Okay, had I, had I, had I, had I, had I. Can you say it?
Had I, had I,
Had I, had I, had I.
had I, had I, had I, had I, had I.
Suena un poco árabe, ¿no?
Yeah.
Sounds a bit Arabic. Had I, had I, had I. But it's not had I, it's had I, had I. Okay? Had I, had I, had I. Okay, had I known, had I been there, had I told you, had you told me, had we remembered, lo que sea. Otro ejemplo. If she'd done it, her boss wouldn't have told her off. To tell someone off significa?
Echar la bronca.
Eso es, muy bien. To tell someone off, remember? Good. If she'd done it, her boss wouldn't have told her off.
Had she done it,
Yeah, done, not done. Done it.
okay.
Done. Abre el boca hacia abajo.
Had she done it,
Eso es.
her boss wouldn't have told her off.
Excellent. Had she done it, her boss wouldn't have told her off. ¿Dónde va her? Entre told, en este caso, y off. Told her off. Told her off. Perfecto. Okay, if he hadn't fallen off the cliff, he wouldn't have died. Okay, what does it mean, first of all?
Si se hubiera caído desde el precipicio,
No, if he hadn't.
si no hubiera caído del precipicio, no hubiera muerto.
Good. Okay, a cliff es un acantilado, ¿no?
Sí.
Exacto, yeah. It's a sheer drop, a precipicio. Okay, a cliff. C-L-I-F-F, by the way.
Okay.
Ahora con had I, okay?
Hadn't he fallen?
Not hadn't he, had he not, okay?
Had he not?
Had he not fallen off. We don't say hadn't he fallen off. Okay.
Okay.
Had he not. Entonces tenemos had y luego el sujeto, en este caso he, y not. Had he not fallen off the cliff,
Uh-huh. Had he not fallen off the cliff, he wouldn't have died.
good. If he hadn't died, he wouldn't have gone to hell.
Had not he died, no, had he not
Eso es,
died,
had he not died.
had he not died, he wouldn't have gone to hell.
Well, in reality, if he hadn't been a naughty boy, he wouldn't have gone to hell.
Okay, okay.
A naughty boy es un niño, un chico travieso.
Had he not been a naughty boy, he wouldn't have gone to hell.
Had he not been a naughty boy, he wouldn't have gone to hell. What's the opposite of hell? What's the other place?
Heaven,
Heaven, exactly. And what's the place in the middle?
purgatory,
Purgatory.
purgatory.
Purgatory. In England, we say purgatory, not purgatory.
Okay,
I guess in the States, they would say purgatory, like they say observatory.
okay,
We say observatory.
okay.
Acabando casi con el sonido de la palabra para árbol.
Uh-huh.
Observatory, lavatory,
Okay,
Okay.
purgatory.
purgatory.
Okay.
And then of course you have the other place called limbo, which is
Okay.
neither one than the other. Muy bien. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you.
I guess I'll see you very soon.
Okay,
So
I guess
make
so.
sure you guys study at home and don't forget this other option for if I had I, okay? Take care, bye-bye.
All right, welcome back. Translation list, we have a lot of work, so quickly, let's go to camera one. Number one, tu éxito tiene mucho que ver con la imagen que proyectas. Your success, tu éxito, your success, success. Suck es aspirar o chupar. Success, como sesos. Success. Your success tiene mucho que ver con la imagen que proyectas. Your success tiene mucho que ver, has a lot to do. En inglés las cosas tienen mucho que hacer, no que ver. Usamos el verbo hacer, no de ver, como en castellano. Esto no tiene nada que ver con aquello. En inglés, esto no tiene nada que hacer con aquello. This has nothing to do, nothing to do, nothing to do. Okay, now your success has a lot to do con la imagen que proyectas, with the image you project. The image you project. Pronunciation. 3 important words here that Spanish people don't pronounce well. Word number 1 is success. Your success. 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 Okay, your success has a lot to do with the image. Image, no image, okay? Image, es una che al final, sonido de che. Image, la GE al final de las palabras en inglés siempre he tenido ch. Mortgage, knowledge, image, all right? Your success has a lot to do with the image you project. La J de project suena como J en inglés, es una J inglesa. Jaguar, Jerry, Tom and Jerry, Jerry Lewis. Project, no proyect. Proyect es Y. Project. Major, comandante del ejército. Major. Mayor, no, mayor es alcalde. Con Y. Major. So, your success has a lot to do with the image you project. Number 2. Dicen que una foto vale 1000 palabras, que no es cierto. Dicen que una foto vale 1000 palabras. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. They say a picture, they say a picture is worth, es valedero, o sea, vale, is worth. La expresión to be worth es valer. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Maybe. Tenemos años de experiencia tratando con los medios. We have years of experience dealing with the media. The media. One medium, medium. One medium, two media. Television is a medium. Radio is a medium. The press, the written press is a medium. All right, internet now is a medium. Okay, all of these together are the media, los medios de comunicación, the media. Y tenemos años de experiencia, como decimos en inglés, no experiencia. We have years of experience tratando con, dealing with the media. Yes. We have years of experience dealing with the media. Oye, ¿cómo piensas resolver este asunto? How do you plan to solve this matter? How do you plan? How are you planning? Vale el presente continuo también. How do you intend? ¿Cómo piensas? How do you intend? How do you plan? How are you planning? How do you plan to solve this matter? It's not an easy matter to solve, my friend. It's not an easy matter to solve. Una cosa, ¿puedes desglosar esto por grupos? Can you break this down by groups? Can you break this down? Can you break this down by groups? Desglosar en sus componentes es darle un martillazo y se rompe en sus componentes. Los pedazos por grupo en este caso. Can you break this down into groups or by groups? Can you break the sales down by region? Break the sales down by region. Break the sales, las ventas. Break the sales down by product line. Can you break this down by groups? ¿Puedes desglosar esto por grupos? Can you break this down by groups? La tendencia general es favorable. The general trend escrito. The general trend is favorable. Favorable, 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 favorable. The general trend, tendency, no. Tendency es la tendencia que tiene uno. Yo tiendo a mover la cabeza así. Tengo una tendencia rara. ¿Ok? Ok, a tendency. Pero un comportamiento, evolución es trend. O sea, la tendencia general es favorable. The general trend is favorable. Estamos dedicados a una causa noble. Yes. We're devoted to a noble cause. We're devoted to a noble cause. Noble. The noble. Noble. Una causa noble, la enseñanza en inglés. We're devoted. También se puede decir we're dedicated to a noble cause. Pero se dice más we're devoted. Dedicated es cuando dedicas con tu firma. Voy a dedicar este libro a ti. Eso sí. I'm going to dedicate. Dedicated to the one I love. But we're devoted to a noble cause. ¿A qué no puedes traducir esta frase? ¿A qué no? I bet you can't translate this sentence. I bet. La expresión en español, ¿a qué no sabes? ¿A qué no sabes quién viene a cenar esta noche? Siempre en inglés decimos apuesto a que no sabes. Lo convertimos en una apuesta. I bet you don't know who's coming to dinner. I bet you don't know. Guess. Guess who's coming to dinner. Adivina quién viene a cenar. It's a very famous movie. With Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn, Sidney Poitier. And Katharine, I can't remember her last name. I bet you don't know how to translate this sentence. I bet you can't. ¿A qué no puedes traducir esta frase? I bet you can't. I bet you can. I bet you. I bet you. Okay. Lo decimos tan de corrido. I bet you can't. I bet you can't. I bet you can't translate this sentence. El secreto radica en tu propia fuerza de voluntad. The secret lies. Subyace. Yace. Yacer es to lie. Escrito lie, como mentir, igual. To lie. El secreto estriba o radica en tu propia fuerza de voluntad. The secret lies in your own willpower. Willpower, todo junto. Will como voluntad, power como poder. Poder de voluntad. The secret lies in your own willpower. It's true. Okay. I'll be back in a few minutes to close the program.
Hello and welcome to Vaughan Inglés 4.0. I'm Alberto Alonso and I will be your teacher for the next 8 minutes. Bueno, 7 minutes and 45 seconds now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have another student, a student who is going to learn with you. But that means you have to participate because I know he's going to participate. He doesn't have another choice. No le queda otra. He's here with me. He's got to participate. So we urge you, that's right, you at home, to participate along with him. Are you ready to meet him? I'm sure you are. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Juan. Hello, Juan. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Okay, not too bad. Hanging in there. Have you heard this before?
No, I think you told me, but to be honest with you, I think I forgot.
Okay, at least he's honest. You're honest. Hanging in there is todo bien, tirando. Hanging in there. Ahí estoy tirando. So, all right. Now, are you ready to learn?
I'm ready to learn.
Are you ready to practice, to repeat things out loud?
Absolutely. Let's go.
All right, let's do it. I applaud his motivation. He's very eager. What is the word eager in Spanish? Eager. Con muchas ganas, I think, would probably be eager. We said, I'm very eager. I'm willing. I'm eager. Okay, well, let's begin with some vocabulary. Okay, let's take a look. I'm going to test you here. How do we say agradable?
Nice.
Nice is one way. What is that?
Kind.
Kind, okay. There's another way.
I ran out of synonyms, so I don't know.
Okay, how do you say disfruta un toro?
Enjoyable.
Enjoyable, that's right. Enjoyable, okay? Si lo traduces, disfruta un toro. Enjoyable. Acordaros, el hable y el ible es able. Responsible, respectable, enjoyable. Que hoy es al final un toro en todos, right? Disfruta un toro?
Enjoyable.
Enjoyable. Okay, let's go to the next one is compasión.
Sympathy.
Sympathy. It's a very famous song. Sympathy for the Devil. It's a Rolling Stones song. Do you know it?
No, I don't know it, honestly.
He says, pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. Very, very famous song. You got to listen to it.
I will.
All right. Sympathy for the devil. Compasión. Sympathy. Okay. What about valle?
Valley.
Valley. Very good. La V otra vez.
Valley.
Qué bien. Y mira, no me dice valley. Valley. La V y la B en inglés son muy distintas. Valley. Mira, los dientes de arriba aquí. Valley.
Valley.
Perfect. Very nice. Very nice valley.
Thank you.
Okay, valley. Okay, desalentado.
Discouraged.
Discouraged. Are you feeling discouraged today?
Not at all.
Not at all, of course not. You're feeling energetic. You're eager.
I'm eager, absolutely.
You're not discouraged because I'm encouraging you. Dar alientos, to encourage. Okay, and let's take a look at the last one. Al azar.
At random.
At random. That's right. Very good. Not bad. And the first one, you gave me 3 different words. Okay. At random. This class is not at random. This class has a specific plan, right, that you have to follow. You follow the books. You have to follow along on the internet, on the radio. And that is what this course is about. Of course. It's not a random course. Everything is planned perfectly so that you can learn English in a logical way. We're not going to teach you the past conditional if you don't know how to speak in the present tense, right? So there's a logic behind everything. Okay, let's take a look at translation list number 60. Open up your books to translation list number 60. I want you to cover the English side, okay? Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, tu éxito tiene mucho que ver con la imagen que proyectas.
Your success has a lot to do with the image you project.
Very good. Your success has a lot to do with the image you project. Ask me. ¿Tu éxito tiene?
Does your success has anything to do?
Because el does, la S va.
Sure. Does your success have anything to do with your image?
Yeah. Does your success have anything to do with your image? I think so. Image is important in a company.
It is, absolutely.
Very important. You agree, right?
I agree. It's vital.
Right. Okay. Dicen que una imagen vale 1000 palabras.
It is said that an image is worth
Mejor, okay, it is said se puede decir, pero es como muy anticuado. They say, ellos dicen, would be como decir, como la gente dice. They say
an image is worth more than 1,000 words.
Okay, well, esto es una frase hecha. We don't say an image, we say a picture. So they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Ask me, is a picture?
Is a picture worth? Is a picture worth 1,000 words?
Okay, one more time, porque te atrancaste.
Is a picture worth 1,000 words?
Yes, I think so. Don't you think a picture is worth 1,000 words?
I think so, yes.
You can look at a picture and say, oh my God, what was I thinking at that moment, right? Okay, let's continue. Tenemos años de experiencia tratando con los medios.
We have years of experience trading with the media.
Okay, or dealing with. because trading would be intercambiando, right? So, oh, treating, you said. No, this would be to deal with, tratar.
Okay.
Tratar. I deal with a lot of people. Okay, es un verbo irregular. Every day I deal with a lot of people. Yesterday?
I dealt with a lot of people.
And lately?
I dealt.
I've
I've
la
dealt
la
with a
tercera es
lot of people.
I have, que sería I've, right? I've dealt with a lot of people. So one more time, tenemos años de experiencia tratando con los medios.
We have years of experience dealing with the media.
Dealing with the media. Very good. Now, another way to say de que tenemos mucha experiencia, we have a lot of experience under our belt. Debajo del cinturón. Es muy nativo ese, under your belt. I have 4 years experience under my belt. Significa que yo puedo decir que son míos. ¿Ok? ¿Cómo piensas resolver este asunto?
How do you think you will solve this matter?
Yeah. How do you think you'll solve it? Or how do you plan to? Right? How do you plan to? Or how do you think you're going to solve this matter? Very good. ¿Puedes desglosar esto por grupos? Desglosar.
Yeah, I know though. Could you?
This
I
is
forgot.
a tough one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give it to you. Desglosar is to break down. To break down. Lo mismo que averiar. Pero se sabe ¿cómo se dice? Del contexto. El contexto. Okay, so vamos a ver. ¿Puedes desglosar esto por grupos?
Could you break down this by groups?
Break this down.
Could you break this down by groups?
Okay, one more time.
Could you break this down by groups?
Perfect. Could you break this down by groups? Desglosar. To break down. La tendencia general es favorable.
General tendency is favorable.
Okay, we would say tendencia would be more trend. A trend. So one more time.
General trend is favorable.
The general trend is favorable. All right. Favorecer un toro. Favorable. All right. Favorable. Okay, seguimos. Estamos dedicados a una causa noble.
We are dedicated to a noble cause.
Eso es fácil. Noble cause, causa noble. A veces cuela eso. Ok, ¿a que no puedes traducir esta frase? Apuesto. Piensa en apuesto.
I bet you can translate this sentence.
Very good. I bet es como decimos apuesto, pero es a que no, right? I bet you can't translate this sentence. Vamos, te voy a decir esta. Vuelve a repasar todas las listas.
Review all the lists again.
Okay. Review, or we say go over as well, right? To go over or to review all the lists. Go over. Now remember, that's very important information that we just said. Go over all the lists. It's the only way to improve. See you next time. Ciao.
All right. We've done it again. One more time. We have managed to finish another class. We have succeeded in going from start to finish concerning another class. In this case, class number 163, which means that tomorrow we have class 164, which means that we have 32 classes left. Not too many, only 32 classes left. Now, if you remember, the last sentence I said for today was El secreto radica en tu propia fuerza de voluntad. Puedes aprender inglés. Ese es el secreto del inglés. The secret lies in your own willpower. If you don't have willpower, you're wasting your time watching this show. You should change channels. I need your willpower. See you tomorrow.